Welcome everybody to another episode of the Monday Nitro Party. And as you can see, we are not in the studio. We're zooming our asses off this time
Yes.
because that was kind of on us. We had shit going on and just
Life
it wasn't going to
happens.
work out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't going
Whatever.
to work out this time. So also, to be honest with you, we're talking about the draft this week and I don't even know if it was fucking worth a trip to the studio. Honestly,
No.
it was trash.
No.
Um, Anybody that hasn't tuned in before, I'm one of your hosts, Jonas Barnes, and got my boy here, Josh Alba. How you doing, man?
Hey, what up? I'm all right. Doing the best I
Rocking the
can.
LWO shirt.
Yeah. The Boricua
I
one.
like
Boricua
it. It's
Beluga
good.
Whale.
It's a
That's
fucking
my
dope
wrestling
shirt, man.
nickname. I like it.
Beluga
You know what
whale.
I like about it more than the face shirts is because I can't make this cry. So it's just a logo. I
Yeah,
can't
you
make it
just
close his eyes or anything.
you
Like
can't do like there's no like titty
skull.
sweat underneath it.
Yeah,
That's
last
gonna
week.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
the last week the skull was like closing, and luckily it was black because if it was white, you would have saw titty sweat,
Yeah.
and yeah, it would have looked like it was crying. Ooh.
This one, you just if you get titty sweat on this one, it's gonna be like a fucking apostrophe. It's gonna be like le
Yeah,
wo, like
yeah,
it's gonna make it French.
it's plural.
Yeah, le
Yeah.
wo.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
Speaking of crying,
the draft was it's so pointless.
I
It's
mean, I don't want
it
to
could have
shit
been
on it.
fun, but like fuck, man.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on it too much. Like it wasn't that. It was pretty bad.
It was
Um,
pointless. That's the
there's some.
problem.
Yeah, it felt like a lot of stuff that was put together because they had to. And I mean, to me, because like none of it made sense. But there was some cool stuff about it. Like, some people from NXT got called up, I guess. I don't really watch the new NXT, so I don't know some of the people. But it's exciting because there's new people on the roster, new people on each brand. I was a little, but mostly that's the only good part. Everything else was just garbage, just
So
straight garbage.
fucking trash.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about the NXT call-ups. I think like one of them you probably do know, Cameron Grimes, who was Trevor Lee before, and he's
Yeah.
done. Yeah, so like Cameron Grimes is kind of one of those ones that I think he got lost in the shuffle on NXT for the most part because once he
Hmm.
came in, he did a couple things that were like part of NXT and like up high a little bit in the NXT pecking order, but he didn't do shit. Like he won the $1 million championship, and then they were like, all right, cool. So we're gonna fuck off away from that storyline now.
Right.
And then he kind of kept the whole like millionaire redneck like kind of storyline for a bit, and
Hmm.
then he got an injury and he left TV. But when he left TV, he like completely transformed his body. Like he got into like really good shape. So them putting him on the main roster is actually cool because he's
Yeah.
solid. Like he's a really
Hmm.
good in-ring performer.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
excited to see him for
yeah,
sure.
he's a good in-ring performer. Pretty Deadly are just honestly just the resident gay dudes. Like like I mean, it kind of sounds shitty to say that, but at the same time, that's kind of what they are. They're the fashion police 2.0. Like
Hmm.
they're Fandango and Tyler Breeze aren't there anymore. I mean Breeze is there as a producer or whatever, but like trainer, but yeah, they're gone. So Pretty Deadly's in their place. And they're
Hmm.
fine. Like they're not, they're nothing to write home about, but they'll put on some good matches. They're good in the ring, but personality wise, character wise, they're kind of bland.
Hmm.
Um, I think Indy Hartwell coming to the main roster is cool. It's weird that she's doing it as the champion, but
Hmm.
it's good to have her on the main roster. I've been a fan of hers for a while, and I know they've been trying to do the whole Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell getting back together thing, so that's cool. I like that call up. Plus, she gets to come back and be part of the way again. So, you know,
Yeah.
so that part of it's
That's
cool.
that's nice.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean that's nice, but here's the thing that's weird to me, and like you can chime in on this if you want to on this, what your idea. By the way, also still not a sponsor. Bang Energy drink. I have 11 of these. I have 11 of them. I have a
why?
case. I have a case of these date rapey energy drinks sitting right next to me, and this one is called Cherry Blade Lemonade. Is there not a more
Cherry
Blade
Blade?
Lemonade?
Yeah.
Cherry
Okay.
Blade. Is there not a more affliction shirt of a drink that you can think of?
Dude,
It's
it's too gay. We need to put something in it, like
yeah, you
Blade.
got cherry blades, like
Um.
fucking ugh.
God.
Yeah, no, dude, this is a cry for help at this point. I am addicted to these things. I don't even know
I
what they
gotta,
fucking have in them anymore. Like
dude. I gotta
it's
put you
just
on. I gotta put you on these V8 drinks I've been doing. I woke up from a nap just now, so I just woke up pretty quickly with the V8 energy drink. I got that, fruity peach mango,
fruity
and
peach.
it's a lot better, healthier. It actually wakes you up. Um, yeah, I've been loving it. I got a whole case of it on Amazon. I'll give you a couple next time I see you. But
Yeah,
you
dude,
got
because
you got to try it instead of Bang. Bang's
there's
not good. No.
no, dude, there's no health benefit to Bang energy drink whatsoever.
Yeah.
It has, dude. There's literally shit. This is kind of funny to me because there's stuff on the top of the can. Like,
Mhm.
I'll put it right here so you can see it on the screen. There's stuff on the top of the can that says Ultra COQ10. I looked that up and Google was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that? Like, there's no, I
Yeah,
don't know what that
you
is.
were just googling ingredients to a bomb.
Yeah, they were like, "What? Now the feds are gonna come over to your house. Like, what are you doing?"
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah. I'm this. Like I said, this is a cry for help at this point because of all the because I have cocaine brain. Like, even though I've been sober for 6 years, I still have cocaine brain. So, like, regular caffeinated stuff does nothing for me at all.
Right.
Like a Red Bull, what the fuck? I'll go to sleep right
Pussy
after drinking
shit.
a Red Bull. Nothing. It's nothing. These things drug and fuck the sugar-free Red Bulls in the cooler. That's what these things
Ugh.
do. These are they're fucking terrible.
Yeah, but like at 7, this is what time? It's 7:30 right now. Like you gotta stay up all night now.
No, dude, I'm not drinking one now, but like I drank one
Oh,
earlier.
okay.
No, I just have them next to me. Like they're on my desk next to my workstation, like a piece of shit. They're just sitting right
So it's
next to
like
my
just like Coke, just sitting
exactly.
there in front of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you wanna
Seriously, dude, they're just like looking at me.
one
They're like
little
little
bump.
sirens. Yeah, it's like people that do stocks and shit, like on in Wall Street, they have piles of cocaine next to them. I would just have a case of Bang energy
Bang
drink.
energy drinks and an
Ugh.
Xbox controller. It's the same thing.
I do actually also have an Xbox controller next to my laptop, and then on the
I
other side,
do.
I have the fucking virtual reality headset. So,
I have a Steam one, and then I also have a fancy little Nintendo 64
oh
controller
shit, oh
to play
shit.
my emulator on my computer.
Pulling the
But
N64. So I have a question for you
yes,
about the Steam Deck real quick since
so
we're
I don't
talking
get
about
pussy.
wrestling. Listen, this is a wrestling podcast. We don't talk about pussy
That's
here.
true. Yeah, if you're
um,
listening to this and thought we were getting laid, get the fuck out.
yeah, are you kidding me? Each one of these puts a pussy drought out for like the next 2 days after releasing the episode. They're like, no, you gotta one hand it, my friend. Um, so I was thinking about getting a Steam Deck. Do you play all the old school games on the Steam Deck that you can? Like all the
I
old
do
PlayStation 2
on
games and shit?
so the number one thing about the Steam Deck is it's like really comfortable in your hands for a big fucking screen. Like you're like first you're like looking at it, you're like, oh, this shit's huge, and then you just hold it, you're like, whoa, like this is nice, it's comfortable, more comfortable than the Switch. Um, I do play the emulator games a lot more than the games I have on my Steam, just due to the fact that they're obviously more fun, faster to
Right.
load. Also, they take up less battery. So that's a good thing because the Steam Deck battery isn't really that great. So yeah, I
Right.
do play a lot of like SmackDown versus Raw 2006 and shit like that, or
Fuck
even
yeah.
the older games, whatever. Even other ROMs that I can't really say that
No, I
I've
get it.
ran
Yeah.
on it, but because it's illegal. But
Right.
it plays emulators great.
I love it. I'm
Definitely get
it's one
one.
of the it's one of those things that I definitely am thinking about getting. So
Well,
back
there's another, sorry to cut you off. There's
no, you're
another
good.
thing coming out. Zeus is making one. It's actually a lot better than Steam Deck. I will hold off and wait. It's like $50 more.
Really? I thought Zeus
Yeah,
died.
I'll send you no, they run the shit when it comes to PC gaming.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't
Asus
hear about him
ROG,
much. Yeah, I just
their
don't hear
screens,
about him much.
their motherboards, everything. I mean, their built PC suck, but yeah.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I'll
that's
admit
another.
I am not deep in the PC game whatsoever. Like so
Mhm.
that's again that's just information that escaped my brain. Like I didn't know.
Yeah, well, after this, I'll send you some links.
Yeah, I'm
You'll
all
get
about it, man. I need to start doing that stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, so with the draft coming up right now, the draft used to be in some of the games. Like when you would do like your
Yeah,
universe mode type of stuff, they used to have the
yeah,
draft in there. And like the draft in those games made more sense than the draft that they did over the last 2 weeks. Like
yeah,
this
100%.
draft has been fucking weird. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
weird how a lot of it just didn't matter.
It was weird. It got me annoyed because also due to the fact that in the draft, um they even like advertised like these guys might get split up. That's what happens in the draft, which has happened in the draft. They split up factions, tag teams. They made people singles people. They formed new tag teams on the other brand or whatever. That happened. This one they just didn't split nobody up. And they
Nobody.
and they were advertising like in the weeks. They're like, Judgment Day might have been split up. I was kind of looking forward to seeing that happen because I would have loved to see Judgment Day split up. I would have loved to see at least Rhea with Dominic and split up against with Damian Priest and Finn
Finn
Balor.
Balor.
See if they team together or they feud together. You don't know, like split that whole thing up. But they didn't do any of that shit. They were drafting people together. The first one right off the bat, that made me say, "What the fuck was Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman?" I was like, "What? That's not how drafts work."
Right. So the thing is, like, that is interesting because when they talked about the draft, they said that teams would be drafted together or factions would be drafted together.
They
But then
did.
they did say that, but then they oddly split up those factions also. So like they said from the very beginning, they said when they had the eligible draft list, they
Mm-hmm.
showed what the eligible draft like performers were and stuff.
Was
And
this in the beginning of Friday show?
no, this was before it was before the first draft episode. It was
Okay,
before the
because
very first draft episode.
I could have swore they like teased the fact that certain factions could be split up.
No, they did because what they did is they had factions that were already split up for the draft. So that's why they had Roman and Solo and Paul Heyman as quote unquote the bloodline. And then they had the Usos as a separate team. So they did do some as far as that goes, where they were like, hey, like fucking Roman and Solo could go here and the Usos could go there. But then they didn't do it. And
Yeah.
it made no sense. And then they also had the other ones where like they were going, certain ones were going like with their managers. So like Maximum Male Models was going with Maxine Dupree. And like LWO was going with everybody. That was fucking Ray and also Legado del Fantasma and Zelina. That was all of them. That was 5 people.
Yeah.
What?
I just
Like, what the fuck is going on? And they also separated, they did separate certain rivalries, which was kind of weird because the rivalries that they separated felt like they still had some gas left in the tank. Like so they had fucking what's up, Abel? We got a cameo appearance from the Monday Nitro Party cat. But
of course.
and fuck yeah, dude. My Avery's chilling behind me. He's laying on the bed.
This is with like a fake screen too.
I know it's great. He's just showing up. But yeah, like they split up the rivalry with Rey Mysterio and Dominic. Like that felt like it for sure had more legs to it. But they were just like, nope, y'all are gonna go on different things. And then they had a match where Rey and Dominic like, went against each other for a little while, but it was just like it was like a real quick nut. Just like they came in, they were just like bah, and they just had like they scrapped for like 2 minutes and they were like, really? 2 pumps and we're out? Like that's all it was.
It was just strange for the most part. I was trying to look up this one call up that they did that I was just like, oh, okay. Because it just none of it made sense. And it was just I don't know, man. It's just I guess it was like confusing, and at the same time it came off as like, let's just get this over with and start fresh.
Yeah.
But and then like here's another thing that got me mad about this. Why I'm like trying not so hard to get mad about the draft, because I think it was more meant to like, let's get this shit over with. Like Vince probably was the one that was like, let's do a draft and fuck it, whatever.
I'm fine with there being a draft,
be
but make it make sense.
Yeah, like here's another thing that didn't make sense to me about the draft. Free agents. People could be free agents and go wherever they want. That's not how free agents work. If you were still free agent after the draft, you weren't getting hired. You weren't going nowhere. Like
The way
it's
that
like
the way they did the previous free agents thing made sense because previously what they would do with free agents were really the people that were just left over at the end. So
they
at the
get
end of the
signed.
draft, yeah, at the end of the draft, they would say like, okay, all of these people are left. Who do you want? Like that type of
Hmm.
thing. And so they would pop on there and they called it the supplemental draft, which basically was like, these are the fucking jobbers, so we're just gonna throw them onto a thing.
Right.
Whereas with this one, I can understand Brock Lesnar being a free agent because he's part time. So he can kind of just
Sure.
show up, do a feud, get the fuck out of there. Like I get that. Omos, as much as I'm not an Omos fan, why the fuck is he a free agent? That makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
That
you
makes
know who
none.
didn't you get name one wrestler that you're surprised that you didn't get drafted.
One wrestler that I'm
Uh,
surprised didn't get drafted.
Yeah, they should have got drafted. I don't understand why they haven't been
And it was
mentioned.
somebody in the main roster.
Yeah. Want me to
I
just
got
tell
nothing.
you?
Yeah, who
Johnny
I got nothing.
Gargano.
Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. I think it's because
I don't think
he
there's
no,
what.
I think legitimately I think it's because he's on an injury reserve right now. Because so I think they probably made him a free agent or something
I
because
didn't.
he was
Yeah,
definitely on there. He was eligible for shit. But I think that's probably because of injury stuff.
he wasn't mentioned at all. He's not even mentioned on the free agent list or the lowdown or whatever.
Weird. Okay. I
He
yeah, I
wasn't
guess I'm
mentioned at
wrong on
all.
that. That is strange. I know
That's
there
why
were
I'm
some
like,
people they were saying some people weren't eligible for the draft, and maybe that's his. Maybe that's
you're,
he's one of them because of that. Because I know that
you're
Bray
not.
Wyatt also wasn't on the list. Like, and I know that that's also because of like injury shit.
If you're not
Um,
Caucasian, you are not qualified.
yeah,
That was
sorry,
the old
dude.
Vince
Like,
rule.
yep, yep, that's what it is. Our truth, get out of here.
Yeah,
No,
he didn't get drafted.
didn't he? I think he did. Didn't he?
Nope. I'm looking at it right now. I don't see him anywhere.
Talk about a
You,
slept on talent, dude. Our
you know
truth
what's
is the shit.
the funniest part about all this? Veer is still coming.
Poor Veer, man.
Someone else got his partner got drafted before he did. Like, well, he got drafted with him, but it's
What
like,
Sanga, the
yeah,
fucking the other
they got
dude that nobody remembers. Like
they got drafted to Raw after like 8 months. Like,
fucking dude, like
he's still coming.
poor Veer, dude. He's been coming for so long. Like
Hmm.
I like to come as much as the next guy, but he's been coming for
Same.
months. That has to hurt. Like he's
Yeah.
got to be in pain at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Veer is coming until there's blood. Like
I'm
at this
bussing.
point, yeah.
He's bussing.
um, that's also another weird one. Like another
Hmm.
weird team that they just have kind of slept on because I don't really give a shit about Sanga. Because I don't know anything about him, but he's just a big
Yeah.
Indian dude. Like that's all I know. But
Yep.
you could have these two dudes, like you could have these guys in Jinder Mahal be like a powerhouse of a stable.
Hmm.
If you have Jinder Mahal just being kind of like the supplemental dude that's in the background, almost like in the, in the role of not necessarily a manager, but kinda, and then having
How
these two dudes just be destroyers.
how funny
Yeah.
is that he was a WWE champion and now he's getting drafted. Like he's getting called up. Like
Yeah. Well, and that was also funny too. They put him back in NXT for literally one match with Braun Breaker, and then Braun squashed him, and they were like, "All right,
he
like so we're
squashed
just
him so hard. He was like, "Yeah, you need to stay here for a minute."
yeah, yeah." They're like, "You don't get to go back right now."
Yeah,
Um,
let's fall from
so
grace.
fucking like Jinder Mahal, that was such a weird time when he was the champion because I
Yes.
never thought he was that bad. Like I don't
No.
think he was that bad in the ring or anything.
It was cool to see.
It was cool, and I'm glad they did it. But first off, he was the champ for too long.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, it came out of fucking nowhere.
Yup.
Like there was no build up to that. They were just like, "Excuse me, what the fuck? Jinder Mahal's the
Mm-hmm.
champion? All right."
Yep.
And then every single one of his matches, every single one was one with shenanigans. There was not one
Mm-hmm.
clean win the whole time.
Yeah.
So it was a weird title reign. One that I'm glad that we did, but it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think the team is good though. Into Sheer, not a fan of
Yeah.
the name, but like whatever. But I think they could turn them into destroyers if they really actually did it right. Um, I think Pretty Deadly is going to be better on main roster than they were on NXT,
Mm.
because in NXT they kind of just got lost in the shuffle. Whereas on the main roster, I think they need better teams than they have right now, because right now the tag team stuff is not great. Like they don't have a whole lot of good tag teams right now. And Pretty Deadly, as much as they gave me
Yeah.
shit earlier, they can throw down in the ring. Like they're very good in ring stuff.
Okay. Speaking of tag teams, you just reminded me. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn drafted to Raw. That makes no sense to me
Oh, you
at
mean
all.
with the Usos and
With
everything being on SmackDown?
Yeah, and they have both belts.
That
So
just means they're going to separate the belts. They're I guarantee you they're getting rid of the whole undisputed fucking one title thing, like for both brands. They're getting rid of
are
that.
they defending them on Backlash? I don't remember.
No, it's one of those fucking
It's
shitty
just they're just
supplemental
gonna
pay-per-view
yeah,
matches where they're just like, where you guys are not going to do the titles, but it's going to be a three-way, it's going to be a six-man tag team match.
right.
It's the Usos and Solo versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle.
And Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I just thought I didn't know if the title was on the line or not or whatever.
No.
But yeah,
Which
just
is
no, I
also
just
like I feel kind of bad for Puerto Rico now, because like, they're getting this fucking premium live event that's nobody
they're
gives a
literally
like the matches are a glorified cool house show.
the Donald Trump doing a Kobe with a bounty towel of storylines is happening
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
It's not good.
That goes back
But
to the draft again. What the fuck is going on with the Seth Rollins thing? They didn't even mention Omos.
he's just like, let's just get over with. Get over with.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
didn't do shit.
I don't understand it. I just it's like the thing is with WWE, you expect it, you know? Like they can't be good for so long because they always have to do this whole what the fuck. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
you're not surprised at this point. And I try not to be too upset about it because it's like again, like I was bringing up earlier. Okay, maybe there's a reason for this confusion, and we'll just wait till after Backlash, I guess. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting because then you're gonna start building towards the new heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
So
which, I don't think there's any reason that Cody Rhodes is not going to win that. But
mhm.
I think that's fine. And
You
I
think
think in
Cody's
her
gonna win it?
yeah, I think Cody's going to win it.
Really?
Yeah. I think
Ugh,
Cody's going to win it, and I think
me so.
that I don't see anybody else winning it. Maybe Seth
Mhm.
Rollins, maybe. But aside from
Right.
him or Seth, I don't see anybody else winning it.
Yeah.
Also, it's a really ugly ass belt. It's fucking
I don't.
terrible.
At first I thought it was an ugly ass belt. It's starting to grow on me in a weird way because I could kind of understand the clash of the old with the new and the fact that you have to brand the belt. So where it's somewhere in public, you see the big WWE logo. I get it. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with the WWE logo. I have a problem with the WWE planet logo. You know what I mean? Like the fucking
Yeah.
the planet in the middle of the gold belt is ugly as fuck.
They
If
could
you
have
put the
made that a little
WWE,
nicer, I guess. Yeah.
they just don't need it. Like the WWE part, sure. Put the fucking
I
W in there
mean,
somewhere, whatever.
they do they usually put the world in like the
Yeah,
world
it
belt.
looks particularly shitty in
Yeah.
the middle of that specific like amalgamation of gold belts, because
Yeah.
that's not like, it's weird because it's also not the shape of the big gold belt. It's kind of the shape of the AEW belt, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Little,
the actual gold plating, it
you know what it is?
doesn't.
Because all the
What?
wrestlers are so tiny now that they had to make it a little
They had to make a smaller
smaller.
belt.
It
The
looks like a
fucking
big
whip
high school ring. Like
the fucking women's championships are bigger than that belt. Like it's just, and those look
um
gigantic on the women. It's crazy.
I I do think it looks better than the undisputed belt. So, and
The
there was a
undisputed belt was
comparison.
terrible too. Yeah.
I mean, there was a comparison with that belt, with the IWGP belt, with the AEW belt, with the
Yeah.
NWA belt. And I was like, yeah, not for nothing. This is a pretty good looking belt. Like at first it looked weird, and then when you start comparing them and look at it, you're like, this kind of looks nice, and it kind of looks like the main belt now. Like, because Undisputed, the Universal fucking Planet of the Galaxy, whatever the fuck they want to call it now, it's like, all right, cool. That's just, Roman Reigns is gonna face Thanos now and all that shit. That's
I saw
gonna
that
be his
video.
opponents. Yeah. He's gonna face all those guys. He's gonna fight the rest of the galaxy. In the meantime, we need someone on Earth to be champion. So
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's
it
cool.
kind
You
of
know,
grew on
listen,
me.
I mean, I'm not going to agree that it's even close to a good belt at all, but it is better than the Universal title. The Universal title's fucking ugly. It's always been ugly, and so
Yeah.
was the Undisputed Championship. That thing was ugly as shit. And even before that, when it had the word champion going across the bottom of the Undisputed one, that
Uh-huh.
was also ugly as fuck. So like they've been bad. Um, but here's a question for you. I know that Roman Reigns is going to hit 1,000 days as champion, but my real question is: over the course of the next year, do you think he's going to have more than 8 fucking matches, or do you think he's still just going to be one of those champions that's just like, nah, I'm not going to defend this thing? Like, that's my
I
only issue with
mean,
Roman. He doesn't do shit.
that he's
That's
slowly turning into a part-timer.
He's been a part timer. He's been
I mean,
like
yeah.
he got cancer of the full time. Okay. Like that's what he got. Like he's just been ever since he beat leukemia, he's just like, you know what? I'm good. Like, and that's fine. Good. I'm glad he did. I'm
If
glad
you
he
beat
beat leukemia.
leukemia, you should be champion for more than 1,000 days. I'm just
Right. I
saying.
agree. You know, listen, he did. He beat leukemia and I'm happy about that. And I'm glad. I hope it never comes back. But also fucking
Yeah.
defend your title sometimes, buddy. He doesn't even show up for half of the fucking pay-per-views. He's chilling at home, making as
I
much money as
mean,
Brock Lesnar is.
you know what? It's it. I don't know. I kind of I like it, which a lot of people don't. But at the same time, it's like you kind of need to. You can't. He can't be there all the time defending it. Also, like he's a
No,
heel. He's a heel. Heels do that shit where they're like they try to take advantage of not being able to defend it all the time, or not wanting to
sure.
defend it all the time. And Roman Reigns is such like he's like the biggest champ in forever, where they're trying to, you know, do with the thing when they started doing with Brock Lesnar, I believe, and The Rock, where they bring him in once in a while as a special
Right.
attraction, worked.
Right.
But the title belts at the time were changing left and right, regardless. Even if Brock Lesnar, it didn't really matter
Right.
if Brock was champ because once it came back to the main roster, it was just getting swapped around left and right. Now I feel like now what they're doing with Roman doing that, plus he's a champ for this long. It's been like two years now, almost 3 or whatever.
Yeah, it's coming up on 1,000 days.
Yeah, the fact that I think I kind of like it. I can't really. I think it'd be weird if he defended it more because you're just gonna see the same thing. He's winning, he ain't losing.
I'm fine with him winning, but I think my main issue with it is that if you're gonna have somebody who has a match essentially once every 2.5 to 3 months, which is really about what happens,
Right.
make the matches count. Like
He should at
because
least.
like
Yeah.
they don't. Like there's not been one match that I can remember at all aside from the one with him and Kevin Owens, where it was the last man standing match, where
Mm-hmm.
they like botched the finish and Kevin Owens clearly won, but they were just like, oh, fuck, we got to slow this countdown
Right.
because the handcuff thing didn't work or whatever. But like,
Mm-hmm.
aside from that match, there's not been one time where I have feared that Roman would lose the title because it's the same fucking match over and over again. That's my issue.
Right.
So if you're going to show up every 3 months, at least do something different.
It should
Like
at least
have
be 2 months.
well, whatever it is, like if you're gonna have that spaced out period of time where your ass is only gonna show up to defend the title, for that short period of time, like that's fine, but have it not be the same ad nauseum. Like that's
Yeah.
where like the Brock Lesnar thing, like the only reason the Brock Lesnar thing works with that is because before Brock Lesnar hits his fucking, his suplex and his F5, he at least makes the other person look decent.
Right.
Like Roman doesn't do that. Because it's the same shit. Like regardless of whether he's facing Sami Zayn or whether he's facing Kevin Owens or whether he's facing Edge or whoever the fuck else, it's the same beat by beat match every single time. That's the
Yeah.
issue. So I'm glad that they separated the brands and like created a new title, but I think I would rather have Roman be the way he is right now than to have that ugly ass belt, is what I'm really trying to get at.
Did they draft the Usos? I don't remember.
Yeah, to SmackDown. So the bloodline's all together still. There's no
Okay.
separation.
All right, because I took a nap during Raw. That's how boring it was.
Yeah, it was because
Um,
it was a slap together, let's fucking finish this draft shit episode.
yeah, and I just woke up. I was like, "Oh shit, we need to record." Fuck. Let me finish watching this. But yeah,
Yeah, it was boring. And the main
it
event was
was.
stupid. Like the main event was
It
dumb.
was. It was literally like I just skipped through it, and I was like, "What's the end?" And it's everyone interfering, and then it ended
Yeah.
in like 2 seconds. I was like, "What? That's it."
Yeah, it was just it was an interference match. That's all it was.
Uh,
But listen, I'm hopeful that we're gonna get some cool feuds, that we're gonna get some like good change up. I hope that they finally push LA Knight instead of having him be a fucking jobber,
yeah, he's on
because he's
SmackDown,
good.
right?
Yeah, he's on SmackDown now.
That's a shame.
So I hope that they actually push him. Like I legitimately do hope they push him, because he has already proven that even when he's getting fed to people left and right, he can still get over with people. Like he's good,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, he
And
will look
also
nice with the new belt.
his finishing move is tight too.
Mm-hmm.
The blunt force trauma. That's a good finishing move.
I actually like it. Yeah,
Um,
he's growing
so
on me.
yeah, it's a solid one.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa Bliss is supposed to come back soon. She's been on
Yeah,
hiatus doing other shit. She's been doing
go to
singing
emo
stuff.
night. Yeah, in
I
Brooklyn.
never knew she was a singer, but she's out there doing singing. She's doing singing on
Oh
national
yeah,
TV. Like she's got some pipes on her.
I told you my buddy Steve met her.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
Alexa's cool, dude.
showed up to emo night because her husband just showed up as guest DJ in Brooklyn. She was
Oh,
just there
Ryan Cabrera.
yeah, and she was there, so they just hung out and they were just dancing, singing,
Yeah.
having a good time. It was cool.
Alexa's dope, man. I like that Alexa
And
also goes online and tells people to fuck off when they get shitty with
yeah,
her. She's just like, y'all suck. Like,
yeah, exactly. Good for her. And
yeah,
and the CM Punk was playing Uno somewhere. That was the big news this weekend.
good for him. Good for him.
That was news. I was like,
Fucking
subscribe $5 a month to hear that he was playing Uno.
yeah, he can fucking skip, reverse, and draw four. I don't give a fuck. Like,
What do you honest like feelings aside? Let's talk about it for a little bit, I guess. What is he doing? Like,
so
is this
here's
his
what I
midlife crisis? Is his midlife crisis where he's just
this
going backstage to wrestling shows?
I
And
think
hey, can we be friends, please? Like me?
here's what I think. I think what happened is I think that, and this is hard for me to say it because I don't like CM Punk at all. I like him in ring. He's fine. But it's been very well documented on this show that I think he's a fucking asshole and I don't like him as a person. But I think it has gotten to the point where even he has to look in the mirror and be like, maybe I'm a cunt, because he has so many people now in the business that dislike him to the point where it can't escape being in his face. And I think that he's kind of seeing that and being like, you know what, maybe I should make an amends with these people, because yeah, maybe I did fuck up. Maybe I was an asshole. Maybe I did leave these things, on a bad note. Like maybe it's not all about them. Maybe it is about me too. Maybe I was a dick. Because from what I understand, he went backstage, because it was in Chicago, obviously, but he went backstage at Raw to really just catch up with people and kind of bury the hatchet with some people. That's from everything that I've read, and also from people that I've talked to that I do know that work at WWE. Not like an inside scoop or any kind of shit like that, but they've all kind of said the same thing. Like, yeah, he was actually there to kind of like bury the hatchet, which I'm fine with. If he wants to do that, fucking show up at every single fucking federation and promotion and indie
Yeah.
show and fucking everything that you were an asshole to. Like, you're probably never going to make it back to the ring because you got to go to a lot of fucking places, but do it.
Go
Go do
apologize
your
to Ian Rotten.
fucking yeah. You know what? Suck
Hey,
Colt
could you give me
Cabana's
20
dick.
bucks?
Whatever you got to do. Like, I don't care. Like fucking do your thing. That's fine. Everybody, honestly, people fuck up. I get that. People go through periods of life where they're an asshole. I've done that before. I'm
Yeah.
that way now sometimes. Like it,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you have to look at it and be like, you know what? Yeah, I was a dick.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think he's doing. Honestly. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
reason I think he's doing it. I think he's kind of being like, you know what? I am coming towards the end of my career and I need to kind of, bury the hatchet with some of these things. I think
Mm-hmm.
I could be very wrong on that.
Hey guys,
That's
I
the
have a
vibe
pack
I'm
of
getting.
Uno cards.
you
Like,
you guys want to play some Yahtzee? Huh? Like
um,
that's
I
my guess. I don't know. What's your feelings
sure.
on it?
I mean, it's good. It's good that he's listening to his therapist,
Right.
and just doing things like that. Whatever.
Maybe AJ sat
I
him down and
just,
was like, "You're being kind of a dick, sweetie." Like,
I just hate. It's like it's weird. I just hate the fact that this is news. Like, he
it's
was
not
spotted
news at
here.
all.
He was spotted backstage here. Who cares? At the
Right.
same time, he has that name where he could just do shit like that. So it's like it's weird. I don't know. I don't know. It was funny because over the weekend I made a tweet. I was like, oh, is he? I photoshopped a picture of him backstage at Impact, but at Wawa.
Right.
And I was
Right.
like, oh my god, he was at Wawa.
It's
And
crazy.
it got a lot of views more. It got like 10,000 views, but a
Right.
lot of likes. And then wrestling sites started sharing it.
Like it was
Uh
real.
yeah. Like it was like not even real, but even as a joke, I'm like, you motherfuckers don't even credit the person that tweeted it. I was like,
Right.
dude, I hate everybody. So luckily I photoshopped with the guy
With the
holding the
Monday Nitro
tablet,
party. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, watching our podcast. And we got a few subscribers. So if you're watching because of that meme, I
Fuck
love
yeah,
you.
man. Yeah.
Thank you. I just thought it was so funny because, like, dude, people are scumbags. They're just quick to just like, but and then Sharma Sap tweeted, "Oh, this was convincing." I was like, "Yeah, he's like 8 feet tall in this photo, technically, if you really think about
I
it."
know it's fucking ridiculous.
Um,
I love it.
I was like,
Um,
it's just a certain. I just whipped it up for like 2 quick seconds. I was bored on Saturday night, and I was just like, "Yeah."
that's
But
kind of like the whole thing that happened with comedy with the Fat Jew and Fuck Jerry, where they both were like just sharing people's fucking like memes and shit as if they were their own. And then
yeah,
eventually it was one comic that was like, "Oh wait, no, that's mine. Fuck you," and then like made a
uh
big
huh,
thing about it. And they were like, "Oh shit, I guess we're caught. Now we gotta start crediting everybody."
yeah. And that guy, I mean, he literally was stealing jokes from people too. This one, I'm like, whatever. I don't care that much. It's not like
Right.
gonna change my career. But it was just funny. Like I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
bored,
No,
and
I think it was great.
I'm gonna continue doing that on Twitter. Just piss people off too. But
Photoshopping some
yeah,
shit posting memes.
yeah, just post bullshit and just
Yeah.
whatever and charge $5. No, we're gonna start charging $5 here too. So soon, I don't know. But I don't know. Sure, he's whatever. I thought it was. I think he should reschedule that meeting with WWE with Triple H and have that talk because I think that's the
Yeah.
most important one. If
Apparently
you
they
want to
did
see him back,
speak briefly. Like they did speak briefly. And it was
yeah,
but apparently like the talk that they had was brief and it was cordial. Like it was not like a fuck you talk. It was very much like, hey, just wanted to talk to you like quickly and apologize for blah blah. And it's like, all right, like apology accepted. I gotta go fucking do my job now because I have a bigger job now. Like, you know,
yeah. I mean, and also Triple H had a whole heart attack, and that whole thing changed his life on his view on everything. So I'm pretty sure he would be open to talk business with Punk after he's done with AEW.
I don't even think he
And
wants to talk business with him. I think he literally just wants to be like, you know what, I fucked up. Because like
yeah,
again,
I
like
mean, he'd be open to that too. I'm pretty sure.
sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. I I'm still pretty steadfast of the thought that I don't think that CM Punk should come back to wrestling. Like in the ring. I don't. Like because
Yeah.
every time he does it now he gets injured. Like he's very injury prone. And he's done it for
Yep.
two different world title wins, like where he wins the title and he's immediately injured. And then like he fucking went out there and did the thing with the foot injury and got squashed by Moxley and it made him look like shit and it made the match look like shit and it made Moxley look like shit. It was not good.
Yeah.
Um just he's not, as much as I hate to say it, his fucking body is older than he is at this point. Like he's put it through so much that he kind of just needs to like do something in wrestling, but even part-time, dude. Like I just don't think
Right.
he should come back to physical wrestling anymore. Like be a manager, be a fucking mouthpiece, do something like that.
Yeah, actually, I would love to see him as a manager, specifically if House of Black split up and he was Brody King's manager, and
That
they
would be
gave
fucking sick.
Brody King a massive singles push, and CM Punk was just talking for him for the most part, and yeah, that would be dope. Either AEW or WWE. That'd be something
Brody King's
new
the
and
shit.
different.
I
He's
love Brody
awesome.
King. Yeah.
Yeah, same. He's awesome. He's great. And he definitely deserves a fucking shot like that.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, like I'm overseeing CM Punk wrestle. I don't care. Sure, you want to work the Elite and Punk thing? Sure, whatever. I don't care. I
Maybe build
do.
up like maybe build up to a Kenny Omega versus CM Punk like match to just blow off that whole thing. Have them just have like a knockdown drag out fucking match. And then
Yeah,
CM Punk will be injured again for 9 months. And it'll just be like, all right, whatever. Like, we'll
I'm
forget
pretty
about
sure.
it and then he'll come back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do for all in, maybe.
Well, yeah, he's coming back. They've already said that essentially that he's coming back on the 17th. Like they haven't said it officially, but they've said it. Like, they
Yeah,
have not been hiding it.
they
Um,
pretty much like. Well, the AEW didn't say that. News report sites
right,
have been
but like
saying that.
AEW hasn't they haven't said that he's not. And it's been very rampant about
You,
like y'all
you know,
y'all are going to Chicago on this one for a big show, which
for a
means
big
that CM
building.
Punk's which means CM Punk's coming back and they're just sitting back like, oh wow, crazy. Huh,
Mm-hmm.
that's weird. Yeah,
You
so
know, it'd be
it's
funny
all been
if
confirmed.
CM Punk came out and said he's retiring.
He fucking might. He literally might do that. Like
He's just like, I'm done.
he
Like,
fucking might do it, dude. And again, I wouldn't even feel like it's kind of funny because again, I said that I've always like pretty much been clear about the fact that I do like him in the ring. Like his matches are good, but I literally don't think that he physically has it in him anymore. Like his body's just breaking down, and
no,
rightfully so. He's been through a
that's what
fucking
happens when you
lot.
don't do drugs or alcohol your whole life.
Right? You
You need some
fucking you
tolerance.
yeah, man. You feel all that pain.
Mm-hmm.
If you did some cocaine, you would have fucking wrestled through that foot injury, man.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
but yeah, it's one of those things that like it was cool. It was a cool Cinderella thing when he came back. It was exciting. It was fun. And then between the injuries and him being an asshole, the fucking honeymoon's over. Like it needs to be done.
Yeah,
And like again, him as a manager would be dope. Brody King would be dope with him. And, like if he did a faction where he was the manager for like Brody King and the Butcher and the Blade, and just having them be like silent, just murderers. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
just going through the roster, taking people out left and right. That
Just
would be
start
great.
TWO, Tattoo World Order. That'd be badass.
Yeah, I think it would be the shit. I think there's all things to work with that. But speaking of AEW, there's a lot of stuff going on with AEW right now. They're changing up some
Wembley.
shit. Wembley,
Oh,
fucking dude, 35
I'm excited for that.
35,000.
36 plus.
36 plus thousand seats on a pre-sale.
I saw a meme of a Simpsons meme with Tony Khan. 36,000 tickets, please.
That's funny. That's
Uh,
funny.
but no, it's pretty
Um,
cool though that they sold that many in a day. It's like, oh, it's a sign. It's like, dude, WWE better step their game up, or else
yeah,
AEW, hopefully, for the love of God, take it. They could have took it to the next level for a while now, and with all this baby dumb bullshit, it's just it hasn't happened. And I really wish they would just like nut the fuck up and just get down to business, because like I just think that baby shit just needs to stop. Like it's
yeah,
just
it's
annoying.
it's grade school horseshit.
Yeah, it's like
It's
stop.
unnecessary. It doesn't need to happen. I'm curious
Mhm.
to see what happens after this whole draft thing with WWE to see, because if the report is true that they're kind of just wrapping up all the old Vince McMahon storylines and all the shit that was like in place for that, And
Yeah.
this is like truly Triple H starting his quote unquote regime with the writing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They might be able to turn it around and get back to the glory days of what they were doing before. That's possible. And if that does, that's going to be a good back and forth between them and AEW, because AEW already is stepping up. And if they
Mm-hmm.
have to step up even more, that excites me as a fan,
Yeah,
That makes me
especially if
want to
they're
watch it
doing
more.
they're doing Wembley for All In, and then think about next year if they're successful and they decide to go to a bigger stadium.
Yeah,
Also, they just start growing everywhere. What if they do Barclays next year?
right.
That could be a possibility. Instead of Long Island, they go to Brooklyn, Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
Um, you know, um, Ring of Honor was the one that sold Madison Square Garden now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if they could do it, you
Fucking
know,
dude, it's also, just to mention it, WWE is doing a house show at fucking White Plains. In fucking White Plains. All right. They're doing a
yeah,
super show in fucking White Plains. All right.
they've been. I don't know if you noticed this. They've been doing these live events at a lot smaller venues. It's a
I
little
know they
weird to
have.
me.
Yeah. Well, especially the
And
super show events. Those are supposed to be like relatively big house shows, and they're doing it again in White Plains. Like,
yeah,
I say
yeah.
that now, anybody's listening that's not from New York is like, where the fuck is White Plains, New York? Exactly. Like,
Hmm.
that's what I'm trying to say. It's,
I mean, I know where White Plains is.
yeah, you and I do, but anybody outside of New York is like, excuse me? Like, it's like, yeah,
White
that's not even,
Plains. They need to change the name of that,
yeah, they do.
but it's
Um,
terrible.
it's a shit name. It's a super shit name. That
Hmm.
would be
Well, do
like
you know
that
the
would be like them performing in them doing a show. It's like, oh, you're doing a show in Glendale? Like, is that what you're
yeah?
doing? In
What
Ridgewood?
venue in White Plains?
I
Would
don't
you
know, some
know?
stadium out there, or like a small one,
Because
some
I'm
small
like
arena.
looking at. Well, so if you, the thing is like with White Plains, it's funny because White Plains, you only know White Plains if you ever driven up there a bunch of times before. White Plains is kind of like the centralized big stop of Westchester before you go anywhere else, if that
Right.
makes sense. So, like, if you're driving up there, it's like kind of in the middle, and you're either driving up north farther up, or you're driving either to Connecticut from there, or you're driving west to Palisades, Nyack area of upstate New York.
Or you're going, oh fuck, I took the wrong exit. I'm in White Plains.
Yeah.
I have to turn
Either
around.
direction you're going, you are very depressed, I think.
And
But yeah, it's just
if you
weird.
guys don't know what Westchester is, the only thing you would know from Westchester if you're outside of New York is probably Yonkers.
Hmm.
And
And it's
listen,
terrible.
White Plains is not any better than Yonkers. So
Actually, shout out to Ardsley Deli. It's in Westchester. They have some pretty good dope spots in Westchester. They're just hard to find.
no,
But you have to have
Westchester for sure. I will say that Westchester, like, is, if you're a fat fuck like me and Josh right now, like, they have some good food spots.
Yo, you gotta go to the spot now. I'm just excited. I haven't been there in years, but their sandwiches, oh my god.
Yeah,
But yeah.
the underside of our belly just got wet. That's what happened. Like, it's not. That's
Hmm.
that's where a fat man's pussy is. It's right
I
underneath. It's right underneath the belly.
The acid cum is literally coming up my throat right now. Like that's just thinking about it. It's
One of these
acid
days,
cum.
you and me, Josh, we're gonna have to do like a fucking weight loss competition on the show so people can watch us shrink. And we're gonna have to hit a
You
different
want
weight
to?
class. So we're gonna have to eventually. It's gonna be like
That's
these
so
two fat
funny.
dudes. Like, they're either gonna have to do a weight loss competition or we're gonna watch them die on this podcast. It's gonna be one of the two.
Oh,
Never know which one's gonna
Westchester.
happen, guys.
Dude, I'm down to do that. Westchester County Center. I'm looking it up right now.
That's where they're doing
Uh
the show.
yeah. Oh, dude, that's a small building.
It's called Westchester County Center. That sounds like a
And
place they would do fucking bingo. Like,
there I'm looking at Google Street View and there's a Ace MMA going on or whatever. It's so tiny. It looks like an indie event. GCW could hold a fucking show there.
that's what I'm
That's
saying, dude.
crazy.
And they're
GCW
called,
actually, it says June 3rd. They're doing that show, and that's the same night as TOS. So
yeah,
nobody going to that shit.
dude. Like, that's, like I said, and that's a WWE Super Show house show. That's weird. That's weird that
Yeah.
they're doing it like that.
That's cool. No one's gonna be there except Westchester kids, I guess.
Right. They're gonna be like, oh, cool. Cody Rhodes
Everyone's
is
gonna
gonna be
be
there.
in. Yeah, everyone's gonna be in Atlantic City that fucking night,
Yeah,
dude.
it's the show.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of GCW,
Yeah.
they announced this is probably the biggest match I saw them announce that I'm excited for. Vikingo versus Ninja Mac at Cage of Survival, which is
Oh,
the day after. So it's a Sunday
that's
early show.
that's gonna be sick.
Yeah, that is wild. I was so surprised. I always loved Ninja Mac, especially in GCW. Like he was one of my favorites. And it was cool to see him go to pro wrestling, Noah and all that,
Right.
and see him like blow up and do a Japan tour and everything, and to see him come back. He even did Bloodsport one time. He took off his mask and did
Oh yeah.
Bloodsport, which was pretty dope. Yeah, it was I think it was last year's Bloodsport. I could be wrong. Or the year before. I think it was last year's. He just took off his mask and he faced, everything. He's white.
Wow, weird. A guy named Ninja Mac. That's just a shocker right there.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
people are chanting ninja,
yeah,
ninja.
yeah.
Nah, but that's
That's like
exciting.
you. That's like you telling me El Gringo Loco is white. Yeah, no shit. He's
Yeah, because I'm going to Cage of Survival. I was originally just gonna leave Sunday, but just because of the fact that that match is happening, I'm probably gonna come back like Sunday night and
it's gonna be a
just go to
sick
that.
match. That's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be a
gonna be
sick match.
wild. That's and then they have shows in Brooklyn, but who cares? I don't
Honestly,
I
at
don't
that
really
point.
care about the Brooklyn shows. But yeah, no,
Um,
that's
I
gonna
want to
be
mention
cool.
I want to mention this about JCW because I was vocally against it, and the more I see it, the more I'm warming up to the possibility of it being a fucking dope ass match. It's
Mhm.
either going to be really good or it's going to be what I fear. But yeah, that's Zack Saber Jr. and Nick Gage.
Oh, it's gonna be awful.
I just
No,
I
it's gonna
think
be
it is
terrible.
too. I think it's going to be bad too, but it might surprise me. Like I'll tell you this:
I don't know.
If Zack Saber Jr. actually decides to not be the fucking sleep paralysis demon that he is, and
Yeah,
decides to actually do a deathmatch style match,
yeah.
or even close, even like approach the border of a deathmatch style match with Gage, and I'll be into it. Like if he ventures outside of his comfort zone, that would be fucking fantastic. If
I
it's actually Zack Saber Jr. doing his regular bullshit against Nick Gage, that's gonna be so sad. Like
It's gonna be like who did Gage face in LA? It was Gage versus Speedball.
Bailey?
It wasn't during WrestleMania weekend. It was the last time they were in LA. Yeah. And I just thought the match was weird. It was mostly, I mean, at this point, this is what I think. It's just Brett. Brett has money. Um, Gage just wants to face these people before he hangs it up forever, and he just got his teeth done. So I don't think he's gonna be doing anything crazy. Besides, I have a feeling he might do a tag team match against Matt Cardona and his chick. What's her name? I don't know.
Matt Cardona's chick?
Not her his girlfriend, his fiance, but like the manager valet that he's been having.
Oh, I don't
She's
even
also a
remember who
wrestler,
that was. Yeah, I don't
and she
remember who
wants to
that
do a
was.
death match. Yeah, so they're planning on doing something with because Gage did call him out the last show, call him a fucking pussy. That's what he does with everybody. It's so great.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
He's just like,
In
think of
that
this,
Nick
you're a
in
fucking pussy.
yeah,
Like it's
in
just,
that Nick Gage voice.
yeah,
You fucking pussy.
you fucking pussy, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great, but yeah, I think he's just like, dude, I want to wrestle this guy. I want to wrestle this guy before I'm done. Zack Saber Jr. if we can. Kota Ibushi. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a Kota Ibushi versus Gage match.
That would be a sick
Um,
match. That would actually
I
rule.
I don't know.
That would actually rule. Even if Nick Gage just got his ass kicked the whole fucking time, which is
Mhm.
rightfully what should happen if he has that match, but that's still going to be a
Yeah,
sick match. I am not looking forward to Zack Sabre Jr. taking 3.5 minutes to put an armbar onto somebody. Like, and having
yeah.
Nick Gage just have to sit there and be like, all right, do the fucking armbar already. So, like, we
Hmm.
can get on with this match, like, that's
Yeah,
that's my big thing about Zack Sabre. Like I technically he's fucking fantastic, but Jesus Christ is he boring. And if
yeah.
he steps out of his shell for this match, I'll be very happy. Be like, oh
He's
fuck,
this.
Zack
He's
Sabre can
so
do.
Yeah, he's so boring. I'm gonna shout out seltzer. This seltzer I've been drinking the whole
Spindrift.
time.
Spindrift actually tastes like fruit though, so it's actually got more flavor than Zack Sabre Jr.'s wrestling style.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's very cheap on Amazon and it's really good. So
Spindrift is dope, actually. If you're having problems drinking too much soda and you want to break that soda addiction, not a sponsor, Spindrift Seltzer. Like,
yes,
but
100%.
honestly, it literally is a good replacement if you have like a problem with soda all the
I
time.
have my brand new Xbox chiller right next to my monitor, and I have it filled up with all these seltzers. So
That's
I
good.
just pop one and I just keep drinking them, and I'm like, I'm chilling, you know. So
Yeah, it's definitely
very
better
definitely
if you're trying to kill soda.
yeah, and not you. Yeah, but dude, oh my god,
So,
somebody made a Stokely Hathaway versus Goldberg graphic.
oh,
I thought it was
Jesus
real
Christ.
because
No,
look how brolic. I don't know if oh goddamn camera, but
yeah, I can sort of see it.
Goldberg
Yeah, yeah.
and then there's
That's
Stokely.
hilarious. That is hilarious.
Oh man,
Stokely has the best facial expressions I think in all of wrestling. Like it is
100%.
just it's perfect.
Yeah. Oh my
So
god.
yeah, we got the this Friday actually. We got fucking Puerto Rico Backlash coming on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it, of course, because
Yeah.
that's what we do. But
If I get home in time, I'll watch it on time.
well, you think Bad Bunny and Damian Priest are gonna have a good match?
Oh, I can't wait for that. That's my favorite. That's good. That's yeah.
I think it's gonna be the match of the
The
night, which is saying
street fight,
something.
it's gonna
But
be
like,
insane.
yeah,
Bad Buddy's actually good at wrestling. That's gonna be
which is
wild.
weird. It's weird that he's actually as good as he is because
Hmm.
he's legitimately like pretty fucking good.
Honestly, I have this weird feeling. And it sounds cocky. If you're really into it and you're kind of athletic
Right.
and you know your body well, you could be a great wrestler off the bat as long as you train hard.
Fucking look at
Like,
Logan Paul. Like he's really good, and I don't even like that
mhm.
motherfucker. Like,
Yeah. So like also like I'm doing this health kick thing and I'm trying to lose as much weight as I can. Um, if I get to go back down that low, the first thing that I'm doing is training wrestling training with a group, and because I really want to get into it. I
yeah.
don't know about being a you know actual wrestler, but I
No, but
really
even
want to
just
get
doing the
into it
training.
training and
Yeah,
know what it's like. And I just have this feeling like somehow I'll be good at it and just shocked to
I
shit.
could see
Because
that.
I want to be like I want to be like Bad Bunny. I don't want to be like Logan Paul. I don't never want to say that. But like I want to be that guy where like say if some random indie show comes up, and I'm just a guy, I'm just a comedian, you know, and this guy fucks with me and wants a match against me, and I can actually have a full wrestling match. Everybody's like, holy what the you know what I mean? So that's
Right.
kind of like one of my goals, weird as it is in the next couple of
No,
years.
that's not that weird of a goal. I mean, like if
Dude,
Ron Funches can have a match with Tony Deppen, then he
exactly.
should fucking have a match.
If he could do a Canadian destroyer,
A
then
Funchy Destroyer.
I could do a 630.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd
I
be
think that's
insane.
the Vikingo versus Ninja Mac match is actually a 6:30 on a pole match. Like it's gonna be
Mhm.
whoever pulls that down gets to be the
Yeah,
first one.
it's the floor is lava match.
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's cool, dude. I think it's great. And also, like, just so everybody knows, Josh is the one that edits these episodes most of the time. So, like, Josh, you should
Yes.
edit in a picture at some point in this episode while we're talking about you getting back down to your weight. You should edit in a picture of what you used to look like at a
Oh
certain
no,
point.
I don't want to make people sad. People scream when I show them.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, you kind of look like a
all
twink,
right.
but like in a good way. Like, you know?
Well, all right. So yeah, I guess I'll put this picture up.
Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, because I
yeah.
think the reason I mentioned that though, honestly, is because I think like I've seen pictures of you when you were smaller, and like
Mm-hmm.
you legitimately can't. You have the body type of a person that could get back down to that weight. If I got back down to that
Yeah.
size, I have never been that
Dude,
way. Like
we're being a tag team if you did.
I have
Yeah.
never been that size.
I mean, like
Even
I
if
still kind of am. I'm just fat. Like, you know, like I got a lot of belly, I got a lot of leg,
for
but I
sure,
still have like because of my, you know, my job, I'm still weirdly shaped. You know, it's a lot of unfortunately, it's a lot of body dysmorphia. Like there's certain parts where I look at myself And I was like, damn, dude, like I thought at that moment I was fat. Like I was literally on stage going,
Sure.
I'm a fat piece of shit. And I'm like, I'm nothing
Right.
compared to what I am now. Like I was literally, I'm just,
I've
but
been there too,
yeah, it's
man.
just, it sucks. But once you understand what's going on, it's kind of easier to, you know, oh fuck. All
This
right.
gets to the therapeutic part of the show because
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
because also like it's the same thing. Once you've been to a certain weight and you look at yourself again, you're like, oh fuck me, like what happened?
Mhm.
And then you can get back
Yeah.
down to it. Like once you hit that breaking point of being like, you know what, I'm sick of fucking with myself at this point. Like it's time to turn it around. Like,
Right.
and a lot of people, if you're lucky, you get to that point. And I think
Mhm.
you and me have both kind of hit that point where it's like, it's like, all right, you know what? The fucking fat party's done. Let's fucking
Yeah.
turn this around. So
Mhm.
we're gonna have to do a weight loss competition on the show at some point, have people bet on it.
I'm down.
Yeah. I think it'll be
Yeah.
fun. Then people can just watch us shrink
You have
on the
people
podcast.
subs and yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
And then
get people
people
to
that
sub to
sub to
us
it,
and
they can give us different goals to reach and shit like that. It'll be fun.
yeah,
Interactive.
exciting. Mm-hmm.
It's seeing if you
I'm
guys
down.
fuck it up. If you guys fuck it up, the worst thing that happens is we have a heart attack. So, like, it's
Yeah,
good.
we just stay fat. We just stay fat
Right.
and
We
like,
just
well, how
stay
was
right
your
here.
day? I ate a sandwich and then
It
I ate
was a
another
good
sandwich.
sandwich. It was a
Oh,
good
speaking
sandwich.
of sandwiches, oh my god, I gotta talk about this because this fucked my weekend up. So
The
I
torta.
went, yeah, with the tortas nezas on Roosevelt and 108. I bought two of these huge fucking football Hey Arnold tortas. Literally
Like
this big.
Stewie Griffin's fucking head.
I mean, for a sandwich this big for like $15, and
Right.
I'm gonna put a picture here
Yeah.
because I gotta show how massive this thing is. You can't turn it down.
No.
Yeah. So I had both of those over the week. I didn't have them back to back. All right, I wasn't that upset. Um, but I
Just
had
so
them
you
over
don't have
the.
to like you guys don't have to call like the suicide hotline or anything. He spaced them out.
Yeah, I did. Thank God I did because I'd definitely be dead. I had one half of one, which was basically a whole ass sandwich. And then
Oof.
when I tried to take a bite of the second one, I was like, no, it's not a real second half. you
This is
know,
a whole other full
this is a
sandwich.
whole thing. I cannot eat this. I need to wait till what I waited till later that night and I ate the second one.
It's fair. It's fair.
And then
A
I was
little
like,
concerning,
okay,
but fair.
I feel like shit, but I'm still hungry. And I had the second sandwich. It was like the sausage one.
Right.
And what I did was I was like, all right, the bread's soft. Let me make it a garlic bread. So I kind of made some ingredients and then I just
Sure.
added more calories to
Right. You Frankensteined it.
it. Yeah. So I turned the top into a garlic bread, which was kind of nice. Ate the first half, wanted to die.
Yep.
Had the second half. I was like, dude, I need to eat dinner. It was weird. I was getting hungry, but I was also like fucked up. And then I ate the second half, and it was just like when I stopped eating food for a while, I had like the constant shits
Yeah.
all day. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's these sandwiches,
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like,
buddy.
dude, they were so good, but Jesus fucking Christ. And I didn't even have the biggest one they had, which is the Puma,
I've heard of the
which
Puma. I've heard of
this
the
is the
Puma.
Puma. I'm putting the Puma picture up here now. Look at that. It's insane. I don't know how to do it on here, but
No, no, you can. We'll
whatever.
put it.
Yeah,
This is. There's gonna be a picture of that Puma. I've heard of the Puma and I've seen pictures of it. And that's fucking insane.
it's ridiculous. And I'm probably because I'm stupid. I'm probably gonna buy that sometime next week.
Okay, so here, like, well, let's have a little sandwich corner here, really quick. So, have you ever been to Sal, Chris, and Charlie's in Astoria?
Of course, they know
Okay,
me.
right.
They
They
love
know
me.
you. You
They gave me
fucking you
a
really you showed your ass on that one. They know
they gave
me.
me a
Like,
they no they know me. Trust me.
like, oh, look at
They
that.
gave
It's Josh.
they
It's Big Alba. Like,
I'm looking around in my room right now because I don't know what I did with it, but they gave me a free hat.
hilarious. That's amazing.
Yeah. Because I was like, I wanted the hat, and they were like, you want the hat? I was like, yeah, I always come in here and I want the hat, and I never buy it. And they were like, here. He
But
just gave it to me.
if they were responsible business owners, they would be like, you can buy one of the bomb, but we're going to charge you however much your blood pressure is. Like,
Yeah,
But
dude. I'm a over 1,000 sandwich member there. So
hilarious. So very clearly, guys, Sal, Chris, and Charlie's is amazing. So the
Mhm.
first time I went there, it took me a while to go there because it was out in Astoria, and at the time I was living in Harlem, so that's like a fucking trek. Like
Ugh.
it was, yeah, it was hard to get out there. So I go out
Yeah.
there. I have all my friends telling me how fucking dope this place is. So I'm like, all right, I gotta go out there. So I go out there,
Oh yeah.
and for whatever reason, my fat stupid ass was like, you know what? I'm gonna get two of the bombs, and I'm gonna save one for later. And I'm just gonna like it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be no big deal.
Everything's
It'll be
fine.
fine. I get these things and I'm like, I actually almost strained to lift this fucking bag because I'm like, this thing, holy shit, what have I done?
Yeah.
So I go out to the closest park that I could go be a fat piece of shit in. Like I don't
I
know
thought you were
where.
gonna say I went to the closest park so I could take a shit in. Like
No,
I
no,
thought you ate it
no.
already.
No, I had to go sit on a bench because I was like, I can't put like I can already tell these are going to be like sloppy, so I can't just
Mhm.
pull one out and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna check out this sandwich while I'm walking down the road like an asshole. So
Mhm.
I went and found a bench, sat down, pulled out the first sandwich, looked at it. I was like, this looks amazing. Took the first bite, and I was like, it's over. It's over. I'm gonna eat this whole sandwich right fucking now.
Yes.
So I
Mhm.
did. I did. I ate the whole sandwich in one sitting very quickly, alarmingly quickly. I ate it right there and I was like, oh, it was so good. And then it settled and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, I was
Mhm.
like, I have immediately made a horrible mistake.
You got to clear your schedule when you go
Oh,
to South Chris's
fuck,
start
dude.
Charlie Sam.
Oh, and then I went back home.
Um.
And my poor roommate at the time, I went back home. And when I was living in Harlem, we had one of those small Harlem apartments that had like a bathroom that was
Mhm.
attached to the kitchen. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so like, you're not gonna be able to cook in this kitchen all day. Like,
Terrible.
it's gonna be awful. And
It's
sure
so
enough, yeah,
bad.
it was terrible. I had to like shit with the door open because I had to have like leg coverage because I couldn't even like I had to like have my legs wide just for like a stance like I was
Ugh.
playing football. It was just like, oh no, it
Yeah.
was ass birth. So the second sandwich made it to the end of the night before I ate the second one. And that was
Damn.
also a horrible, horrible idea. Like it was
Yeah.
one of those things where I was like, it's like, did I just reach the rock bottom? I feels like this one might have been it. Like,
Yeah. The
so good
bomb
though.
is. Yeah. I would get like normally like just turkey Swiss or roast beef. Those heroes I could freakishly finish on my own and be fine.
Sure.
And I'd be very tired, but yeah, I'm fine. The bomb is definitely not a sandwich I would eat all together at once. I did that one time, immediately regretted it. I was just the whole day like, what the fuck? Like, I
Yeah.
just no.
I just did it the
Um,
once. That's the only
I'm
time I've
bringing you a
ever done it.
sandwich next month. I'm bringing you a sandwich next Monday.
Yeah,
Just
dude.
do
Legitimately,
it.
that's the only time I've ever done that. And ever since then, it kind of like scared me towards like not ever doing that again with any impressive sandwich in New York. Like
Yeah,
now, if I
don't
go to
just eat
if I
half.
yeah, like if I go to DeFonte's now, it's like nope, half the sandwich. Like I'm not fucking with the full thing. It just like any of these really good sandwich joints in New York. I'm
Mm.
a halvesy now. I'm a half guy now. I'll get the full sandwich, but I'll only eat half at one time.
I'll
Never
bring a
house the
bomb
full.
hero next week, and you can split it with Brian.
Brian will eat it faster than I will, and it'll be
Oh, of
alarming.
course. He's starving. Like always starving.
2 weeks ago, guys, I brought our producer Brian I think it was like 3 pounds of macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago,
I was so jealous.
he ate it in 5 minutes, and I'm pretty sure that he had at least two heart attacks. Like it
Hmm.
was so much macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Um, and then I just got random texts from
And
him
a
all night that was just
colonoscopy.
like, I can't stop shitting. It's like, yeah, of course. You fucking ate three
Yeah.
pounds of macaroni and cheese.
You're an idiot.
Well, this has been the fat corner of the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just to wrap this up, we got Backlash coming up. I'm looking forward to it in the sense that I like watching the pay-per-views, so it should at least be fun. Like it's not going to
Hmm.
matter at all, but it should at least be fun.
Hmm.
And I think that's going to be the last of the nothing pay-per-views for a while. I
Yeah.
think they're going to start to actually matter again, which is good. I'm
Yeah.
fine with this just being the blow off so we can get some new feuds, get back into some
Mm.
fun WWE stuff. And
Yeah.
then AEW, man, they got a lot
AEW,
of
Ring
cool
of
shit.
Honor.
Yeah, with a lot of cool shit.
MLW.
Yeah,
There's
MLW's
a
got War Chamber and Battle Riot coming up. They've already been
yeah.
done like live, but
There's
they're televised.
there's a lot of cool wrestling out there, and we got to remember the fact that there wasn't. Like there was Raw, and that was it, and there was barely anything else
And it
for
wasn't good Raw.
years.
Like it was
Yeah,
not
it
good
was
Raw.
the worst. You just had it on as background noise, and you knew what was going on for some reason. It was just bad.
Yeah.
And now we have all this other stuff like that you can watch now. It's insane. And people are still complaining. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, you want to go back to
Yeah.
that? Like, because all it takes is a buyout. Really.
It's true. Yeah. Do you remember the days of Raw where you'd have it on in the background, not pay attention, then you'd hear screaming and be like, "Oh shit, did something happen?" And it was just Jerry Lawler screaming about titties. It was just like,
Yeah.
God
I
damn
was
it! All
like,
right,
my
like,
my routine for years was just all right, watch Raw for the first 10 minutes, and then I would watch Law and Order or something. I'm like, all right, I'm putting on Hulu. Like I
right.
was like, I'll read the rest of it tomorrow. And that was a routine I did. I was like,
It's like we'll fucking do anything else. Like, yeah,
no,
it's
I was
ridiculous.
like, I don't care, But
I will say that, man.
good.
We have with the fact that we have the internet available to us at all times.
Yeah.
You can find any wrestling you want. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you want to watch the indies, you fucking find them. There's an app for it. You want to find deathmatch specific stuff, the fucking app for it. There's a website for it. Like, you have all of it we have all of it at our fingertips. And
IWTV.
right, IWTV,
Mm-hmm.
man, they have so much shit. It's like I was talking about last week. That's where I went down that rabbit hole of Zona 23, where it was just like, oh yeah, that's literally dudes fighting in a junkyard. Like, and I just was like, I could just boot that up. I could
Yeah.
just boot that shit up at any time. Like, and
Yeah.
it's great. So we really are living in a good time for wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan, if there's any type of wrestling that you like, it's there.
Yes.
Just fucking Google it. You'll find it in 10 seconds. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to spend $5. Oh, fuck me, not that. But like, it's there. You know, like,
Yeah.
so you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have an interesting week coming up as far as wrestling goes. So we'll see what happens after the weekend, see what happens
Mm-hmm.
after Backlash, see if it does feel like a blow off,
Mm-hmm.
or if it feels like they're kind of giving us a dry handy behind the bleachers. You know, like hopefully
Yes.
it feels like an actual blow off and not just be like, "Oh, we teased you a little bit." There's still going to be some bullshit, but
Mm-hmm.
in the meantime, though, where can people find you, Josh?
People could find me at my website. It's joshalba.com. Has my socials. I added a new shirt. If people want to buy merch, I need money. That'd be nice. I have those shirts as jokes, but people actually buy them. I made a new shirt of my cat. Um,
Abel rules.
yeah. Pine Box Rock Shop this Friday. It's gonna be packed. A lot of
Nice.
reserves were made, so I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun little party Friday. And I got something else coming up in May. Once I have more concrete details, well, I'll just put it out there. Shadow Wrestling Alliance, man. The
Mm-hmm.
Mecca. They're doing a revamp. They're coming in the Mecca, ready or not. May 28th. It's on a Sunday. It's an early show for 3 p.m. Doors, 4 p.m. bell. So that's a good time. It's not far from the city if you're in the city. And it's it's a great card. It'll be announced in a couple of coming weeks. And you may see your boy doing something there. And it's on Fight
Mm-hmm.
TV live. Fight
Mm-hmm.
Plus, actually, if you can't make it. But I highly suggest going because I actually got to talk with Alec Price
Yeah,
about indie shows. We both agreed that sorry to talk for a little more, but
that's fine.
indie shows are meant to be seen in person.
Yeah.
And 100%. Yeah, you can watch them on whatever stream it is that you're watching them on, but they are meant to be there in person. And I feel like if you ever want to go to an indie show and you're like, oh, I could just watch it online, go to the fucking show. Trust me, it's a lot better in person than watching online. But yeah, May 28th, I'll say what I'm doing soon once I've been told I'm doing something, but it's
Yeah.
not concrete yet. So
I know
yeah.
what it is.
What about
I know what it is, and
yeah?
it's dope. So
I'm excited.
yeah.
Hopefully I'm good. But yeah, what about you, buddy?
You can find me on a couple of different places. So you can first, if you're into horror, find me at linktree.com, which is linktr.ee. patreon.com/AGHP666. It's my horror podcast where we talk about all things horror. It's another goddamn horror podcast. If you're going through shit and you like comedy about going through shit, then you can find me at the Traumedy Hour, which is the fourth Thursday of every month at the Tiny Cupboard in Bushwick, Brooklyn, where we joke about all sorts of fucked up stuff. Death, abuse, trauma, all the things that we're not supposed to talk about. We make jokes about it. So that's always a fun show. So if you're ever in Bushwick, fourth Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. We do that every month. And yeah, that's about what I got going on right now. And also my co-producer for the Traumedy Hour, Lauren Petrie, she's going to be doing a show at St. Vitus, which is a fucking awesome bar and concert venue in Greenpoint, Brooklyn on June 20th. And I'm plugging this because not only is it cool, it's called the Satanic Solstice. I'm also going to be there doing photos. So I'm going to be doing photos for it. The whole thing's going to be filmed. It's going to be a badass show. Comedy, there's going to be satanic burlesque. There's going to be all sorts of crazy shit. So if you're into that, that's going to be on June 20th at St. Vitus. Tickets should be going on sale for that real soon. So yeah. Should be fun times.
Speaking of Satanic Solstice, I forgot to mention this. Next Friday, if you're around and want to see a no-ring death match, May 12th, we got New Fear City presents 100 Deaths. This is the 100th no-ring death match.
Oh, shit.
So it's going down at the Kingsland. It's always late, 10 p.m. doors. There's going to be a Tender Trap Memorial Tournament. And there's going to be a special little main event that's going to be exciting. I'm trying to pull it up right now to get the official name, but it sounded like something.
Oh, I remember the Tender Trap.
Yeah, it turned into some shitty, dope, stupid comedy club. But anyways, and then now it's back to something else. But yeah, they're doing a memorial death match. I don't know if the match is a death match, but the main event is definitely a death match. It's John Wayne Murdoch versus Casanova Valentine. It's gonna be a fun time. If you want to see a no ring death match, that's the one to check out. It's gonna be a fun time.
Man, that one's gonna be brutal.
Yeah. God damn it. I wish I pulled this up sooner.
John Wayne Murdoch versus Casanova in any fashion is gonna be brutal, but in a no ring death match, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a lot of blood on that one.
Yeah. It's
maybe Castle whip out Satan's cock on that one.
If you want to see the first ever Seance of Suffering barbed wire match, yeah, check it out. It's on Eventbrite. You can
Seance of Suffering. I love that name.
Yes, there's gonna be druids. It's gonna be something.
That's next Friday.
Yes, you should come.
Yeah, dude, that sounds awesome.
I'm gonna play Zelda as much as I can. Zelda also comes out. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom out next Friday, May 12th.
Can't wait for that
on the Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna be playing that, and I'm gonna head to the Kingsland. Oh, check out my fucking tat.
Fuck yeah. Oh, also, you know what movie just dropped today on digital?
What?
Two of them. Renfield, which I can't fucking wait to watch. I did not get to see that one while it was in theaters.
Nice.
That's Nicolas Cage playing Dracula, which there's no way that's going to be bad. It's going to fucking rule. That could be the shittiest movie in the world, and that's still going to be awesome. Right. And then a movie that I'm extremely curious about only because it got really good ratings, and I thought for sure that it was going to be a fucking toilet. And it's the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Like, it not only like this is weird to me in the same way that Paddington 2 having 98% on Rotten Tomatoes with hundreds of reviews is shocking and weird to me. Like, that's the same thing. It's like, what? I watched the Puss in Boots movie a few months ago and it was amazing. And I'm like, how the fuck did this happen? This is the same thing now. I'm curious because there's not one person that I have talked to, even my most jaded movie friends are like, no, dude, the Dungeons and Dragons movie's fucking dope. Like, get out of my face with that bullshit. They're like, no, seriously, it is. And then I'm like, all right,
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm like, God damn it. Now I got to watch that movie. So I'm gonna have to watch that, and I'm gonna have to watch Renfield. I'm looking forward to Dungeons and Dragons. This is literally just curiosity. It's morbid curiosity. And then I know it's gonna be a good movie, and I'm gonna have to be like singing its praises and shit. And I'm gonna be like, what is my life now? I'm singing praises for a Dungeons and Dragons movie. It's fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's what you can find me. But yeah, dude, next Friday, that sounds amazing. So I'm all into that. As long as I'm open and able to go to that, I'm all about going to that. And you guys should be too. If you're in New York or close to New York, even if you're in New Jersey, fuck that place. Go over here. Like, come on out. Come see. Jersey's all right, but like for that night specifically, fuck Jersey. Come over to the Kingsland. Watch that. So in the meantime, you guys, if you guys are going through it at all, like shit's going crazy again. The world's weird right now. So if anything's going on with you, like fucking reach out to us. We're always down to talk. At least me, like especially my DMs are always open. So like I've had a couple of people that have reached out that have listened to the show before that have been going through shit, and like they've legitimately told me like, you know, like the show's really funny or blah blah blah. Like,
nice.
Even just little things like that. Like if you are ever going through anything and you just want to fucking talk some shit about wrestling on the side just to get your mind off your shit, fucking hit us up in the DMs, man. We're always down to talk about that stuff.
I mean, dude, I know I say the fucking website, but it has all my socials, and my Instagram it's Josh Alba. So if you find me on there, and I'm down to, if you want to hit me up, I just do. So you know what it is? Instagram has that stupid thing where it sends certain messages to a certain inbox, and I can't see it.
Yeah, just follow me first.
No idea.
Yeah, just follow first. Follow first and send the message,
and then send a message or like a post.
Yeah,
you can unlike it if you want. I don't care. Just to like get my attention. Like, and then I'm always down to answer messages and talk if anything. So
yeah, we're always down to talk shit about some wrestling or whatever else. I mean, like, you know, like I said, you going through some shit. Yeah, we'll fucking chop it up with you.
We could do an episode about something that's not wrestling if you really want. We could do like a Traumedy edition.
We always try to spice it up a little bit. We always try to spice it up a little, you know. And also, you never know. A lot of times, wrestling also bleeds into other shit. Trauma and Traumedy. Like, we got Dark Side of the Ring coming up again soon. Like, dude, we're gonna talk about some traumatic shit when that thing drops. Season.
Yeah,
yeah. When that new one drops, we're gonna be definitely getting into some dark shit on those ones.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be great. It's kind of fucked up. They're doing a Sunny episode and she's still in jail. She's just gonna have like, she's not even gonna be able to fucking defend herself. She's just gonna be like, god damn it. She's gonna get out of jail and they're gonna be like, yo, did you see it? She's gonna, yeah, I fucking did see it. All right, like, thank you.
Back in jail. You go.
Yeah,
to jail.
You have to go back.
Go back to jail.
Anyway, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/at Monday Nitro Party. And then on the socials, you know the socials. It's MON Nitro Party. Twitter. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Twitter is like that. Instagram is Monday Nitro Party.
Yeah. Yeah. Twitter's the one that's weird because somebody already had
got it. It's all
you got it. You did good, kid. But yeah, follow us on there. And until next week, thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Later.